Philip Kahn, taken in 1997, presented by Megan Hubbard. Philip Kahn, photographer/inventor of the first camera phone, age 68, from Paris, France. While stuck in a ward with nothing to do, Kahn was able to find a way to send his newborn baby photo to over 2,000 people. Looking at this setup, it doesn't look like that would send out photos, but the setup was a digital camera connected to his flip phone. Then with a few lines of code synced that he had written on his laptop, he was able to send that photo viral. Definitely different looking from what we use now for our cameras. It affects us because he was the first to come up with that idea. Now, I don't know how long or who would have came up with that idea, but since then, Kahn released the first camera phone. Definitely looked different looking from what we have our phones now, but it got the job done to now where iPhones and Samsungs grew from. Looking at world now, life would be very different if we didn't have camera phones, for two reasons. One, the apps such as Instagram and Snapchat would not exist. We wouldn't be able to use them every day, and so what would we use? Secondly, we wouldn't have the access of being able to look at our photos and take photos so easily. When I go on vacation or I go to hang out with friends, it's so easy to just pull out my phone and just take a photo, where back then, if we would have never had this, we would have to drag our camera out or just don't take a photo. Next, these are photos taken from the same era, the 90s, from different photographers. Looking at the photographers from the same era, Kahn took photos of his newborn, where artists in the 90s were taking youth culture photos. It's similar but different. Different because Kahn had a purpose, where the purpose of the invention, where the 90s photographers were taking youth, new upcoming culture photos. It's similar because it is a start of a new beginning. Kahn was taking photos of a new baby, where they were taking a new photo of a new era, new youth cultures. Lastly, this is the photo that went viral, a new baby girl. He wanted to show off the newborn and came up with the idea through sitting there waiting since his daughter was in a maternity ward. The photo has been used to show what it looks like back then and how much it took him to send that photo. And also, now, this photo is known as the first camera photo. I personally think his photo was more for telling a story of what he invented than the actual photo. Most photographers have a story behind their photos of how the day went, where Kahn, he took this photo to show an invention that he had came up with and what he could send to his friends. Even though Kahn has never taken a photo again, or as viral as this photo did, I still think he's known for this photo because of the invention more than the photo. Overall, this photo is definitely one of those photos that, could have a meaning, but also could not have a meaning, where this one does have a true meaning to the story. Doing research on this definitely opened my eyes to realize how much I appreciate having my camera on my phone and not having to do what he did to get the photo to send to people. Definitely loved learning about Kahn and what he was into and how he did it, and I hope this baby girl is raised, and it's crazy to me that she's going to see this photo one day and realize she was the first ever camera photo. That ends.